All right. What is going on, everyone? It is Jack, and today we're going to be checking out The Ones Who Live, Season 1, Episode 4. What We. Again, I've said this before. I love what they're doing with the episode titles. We have Years Gone By, and now I believe we have What We Become. And then I think the final episode is The Last Time or The Final Time or something of that nature. But, Episode 4. Last episode ended on a real crazy note. Michonne just decided to yeet herself out of a helicopter with Rick. Now, I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say I'm pretty sure they were above some water. Hopefully, they weren't too high up because a fall into water from real high up that can kill you or just hurt really bad. As someone that has gone cliff jumping and cliff diving before, let me tell you, if you don't land that shit right, it will hurt. And it didn't look like Rick was exactly prepared for that activity to take place. Now, Thorne, everyone was comparing Thorne to either Shane or that she wanted to bang Rick or that she'd already been banging Rick. I'm like, I don't know where you're getting this stuff. The only similarity with Shane was the way that the shot was framed / filmed. That's it. She's not jealous of Michonne in some romantic way, or she's having a moral and mental power struggle right now. She's having a hard time handling all of the information she's been given and wanting to live up to Okafor's expectations while also doing things better or different. And I believe we're probably going to get a little more insight on that this episode. I'm hoping that either Thorne or Jadis end up being a little more complex than everyone thinks they are. Because I have a lot of trust in Denai and Andy to not have basic villains. I believe they're gonna make things as amazing and complex and morally conflicting as possible. If you're a comic reader, it's okay if you're not, but I made a comment last episode about how I think we could get a potential Dwight situation with somebody in our group right now. I don't know who, but I believe it could be possible. Whether it is Jadis or Thorne, maybe even Michonne. I would really hope it's not Michonne, but you never know. There's going to be something that goes on at this summit that's going to be a catalyst for hopefully a season 2, because I don't see this story of Rick and Michonne being concluded in the next 2 hours or 2.5 to 3 hours. Not happening. Sorry. But I'm really excited regardless, and I hope you are too. Quick little note about the Patreon stuff. I am in the process of switching over a lot of the files on the video hosting site because I was using Dropbox, and the audio keeps getting messed up on Dropbox, and I know it's not messed up because I go to edit the file right after and it's fine. So the codec on Dropbox must just be messed up. I don't know what it is. But I'm probably going to switch to Streamable. So again, feel free to join the Patreon, get everything that I have watched, will watch, and am currently watching. Feel free. But just keep in mind that over the next week or so, I'm switching all the links over to Streamable. So I'm not going to remove them from Dropbox until all of them are up on Streamable, because I don't want people to lose access. But I understand the uncut stuff have had some audio issues, and I want to make sure that I fix that ASAP, because what's the point of watching it if you can't hear or understand it? That's not a good experience for anybody. So I will be switching the majority of it over to Streamable most likely. And if that doesn't work, then I will find a different hosting site. But I'm going to get that done for you as quick as I can, likely after I edit this, because like I was saying last week, again, every screener and their second removed family members have been saying that this is their favorite episode of not only this series / season, but the whole universe, or close to it. So, and I think the fact that Denai wrote it and had a very heavy hand in it is a big reason for that, because she's incredible. So I don't want to talk a ton. I really want to just jump into it. So, get a snack, a drink, tissues, I don't know. Maybe, I don't know if you're going to need them for crying or something else, because apparently this is a spicy one, based on the rating I'm seeing. So, say without further ado, let's check this episode out. All right. I have toilet paper. I don't have tissues, but let's hope that I don't need them. We'll see. Yeah, was Thorne in the helicopter with them? I feel like she was, but I'm not sure. We'll see.
I don't know if we'll be back.
I don't either at this rate. Oh, copyright music. Lovely. Oh my god, this is like reminding me of Strand's Tower. Oh, jeez. Well, yeah, Michonne, he only has one hand. Oh, Jesus Christ. All right.
Welcome home.
Is this a smart home in the apocalypse? Rick, you are in trouble, sir. That is a beautiful shot. That was gorgeous. The lightning in the back. Oh my god. Okay. We're vibing. I need to get a new goddamn chair. This thing is way too loud. Oh my god. Or I just need to not use it, which is annoying, but we'll work with it.
We needed a timeout.
I can't believe you did that.
I can't believe you said that.
Things are tense right now. Oh, Rick is... His GPS is busted. There goes one of my theories. I thought he was going to press it on the way down or something. Oh, wow. I remember that computer background. Rick, I don't know if now is the time. Oh, Lord. Are they really doing this? Oh, he sees the scar. Oh, no. That's gonna be a story. I don't know if Michonne's gonna tell him about her Anakin Skywalker and the kids, though. He does have a scar in a similar place, though. Rick is feral right now. Maybe not. Maybe just saying. Not sure.
In the getaway boat?
I'm just...
Poetry.
I feel like I'm just a witness for now.
Give another masterpiece for your children, because
Children?
I'm
Oh.
the one to tell them that I found their father.
Them?
And he sent me away and chose not to come home to them.
Children.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Rick.
You said children.
Mm-hmm.
His name is Rick.
Oh.
We call him RJ. He's almost 8.
Damn. Okay, at least we get a bit more of a timeline there.
You need to give me the PRB.
What? I just told you you have a son.
Do you think I didn't want to be with you? I tried everything. We need to go back.
Your preferred temperature will be reached
Where is that
in 1
thing?
minute.
I told you not to show them who you are. And you break the kill record. You grab the RJ.
It is a
from
record.
Thorne.
I don't like who you are with them. What they make you.
Okay, I get that.
It isn't you.
I get that. Okay, but you gotta be smart here. I know you love... That stare is terrifying, by the way. I understand that you love him, and he loves you, but I don't think that either of you love each other so much that you want yourselves to both die and your kids to be alone or potentially massacred by the CRM. Because if you guys fuck up, they will kill everybody. And I know that Michonne doesn't know that specifically yet, but you gotta have a little something about it. Rick's gonna tell her, I'm sure, what Jade is, because but oh good lord, this is gonna be messy.
You want me to go?
He wants you to live,
I want
baby
you to
girl.
live.
Exactly, he loves you. Hey, actually, hold up. Glenn had a great quote about this back in season 2 at the farm with Maggie, when she was pissed about him in, I'm pretty sure it was, this is what, 206 Secrets. I'm pretty sure when she, smashed the eggs on his head and everything, he said, I'd rather have you pissed off at me and alive than liking me and dead. And yes, I second that here. I would rather you two be pissed off at each other and alive than loving each other, but one of you or both of you or everyone you love are dead. Maybe I'm in the minority there. I'll accept that. But I think that is a valid point, regardless, to bring up.
Together, you and me, she thinks we could do anything.
Because you can't. Yeah, but
We can stop her.
You saw what happened to your friends. It will happen to everyone we know, to our children, our sons.
If we get to Alexandria, we kill her then. Should have done that in the beginning.
She left it all behind, who we are, where we're from, so people will find us if we did that. Please, just give me the PRB.
she's gonna destroy it, I think. Yeah, Rick, she's not gonna give up that easy.
Why all the bullshit?
I had to get you out.
To lie? Me?
Both of us couldn't go home. Would you have gone if I told you? We need to go back.
And after that,
Hmm.
do you still love me?
Always. I've never stopped loving you.
Oh. She's gonna say, show me. Imagine Rick destroys it.
That's our helicopter.
Oh, shit!
You saved our lives.
It's gone.
Was Thorn in there?
So we're gone.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
We can go home.
I don't-
Janice will think we died in there. They all will.
Will they, though?
Rick?
I don't know if it's that simple.
No, I'm not going home.
At least he still says that it's home. It's gonna be a rough one.
He started calling himself Little Brave Man. I
Oh.
loved that. Just to get this straight. We just got a way out, and you want to stay with an army that kept you against your will for years.
I have to make sure you're protected. The first man you and Nat killed, his name was
Ooh,
Okafor.
we're gonna get more on the Okafor
And he's
stuff.
who saved my life.
What we were building, it's kept people alive.
Some.
I saw you keep us safe by maybe changing the CRM one day, who might come after our home and put it in danger.
It's not put it in danger. They would massacre everyone if they decided to.
You won't come home with me to your life?
I mean, I get
Kid?
both sides here,
I don't
but
want to do this. I have to.
it's such a shitty situation
So no.
because it's
That's not it. You're lying. You'll see it, and it'll be too late.
damn. That's a beautiful shot. That reminds me of the season 8 one with Rick in the hallway. That's a good shot. She's waiting a couple seconds because she knows that he's gonna follow her out the door. Maybe, probably, hopefully. Come on, Rick. You gotta know, cause she can't leave him, and he can't let her leave. She's gonna go. Is she gonna go back? Maybe. Rick. Is it gonna be where he opens the door and she's there, and then love, or is she waiting to see if he's gonna come looking for her? Oh shit! No shot. Come on, Rick. Do it. Get your girl. Damn it, Rick. There you go. Oh shit. Well, it's a good thing they're not sitting there. That's light work, Michonne. Wonder if we're gonna get any variants in this one, like this spinoff. It'd be interesting. Damn. Oh shit. Oh man. Now you're really in it. Oh no. I was kind of waiting for Walker to pick that up, but that's just gonna be evidence for CRM. Lord. Oh no, her lungs. They're probably still not great.
You?
Oh, I love this remix of their theme.
I don't even have a weapon, Commando, so how are we supposed to get past this Walker?
Commando. Really?
I'm just showing you a bad bitch. You're fine. Oh shit. Scientists. God damn. Oh lordy.
This whole building is buckling.
Yeah.
Michonne.
Ooh, what is
It's
this?
just time.
Damn. He electrocuted himself. That's horrendous.
When folks try to save the world their own way, it tends to go to shit. Sound familiar?
That's partially why he's trying to do it from a system this big. If ever you could save it, this would be
Just like
the
this place.
place in the way.
The only time I feel safe is when I'm with you.
Oh. Damn, bro. That's so
Don't have to be
sweet.
afraid.
I'm not the brave man.
Oh my god. Fight, fight, fight.
You don't know a goddamn thing anymore, do you? You think I'm not beating myself up for not being with my kids right now?
That's why you should go.
God, Denai is killing it right now.
Okay.
This is such a hard situation. Because he wants to make things better and save the world. I don't feel like Michonne truly properly grasps how dangerous they are. And it sucks because I want her to understand. I genuinely don't think it's as easy as people want to believe it is. And again, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it is. Maybe they're going to just ride off into the sunset and everything's just going to be okay. But I genuinely don't think it's going to be that easy. I really don't. Oh, disgusting. I love it. Oof. Oh, you just wanted to make the scene look cool, Rick, huh? Mom and Dad are fighting now. Oh my god. She's gonna beat his ass. Oh, Jesus.
Damn it, hug the wall.
I know that.
Oh my god. You too. Oh, it's so dark, damn it.
Could you move it?
Oh, shit.
Trapped.
Oh, this is a compromising position. Yeah, Michonne, if you think he's just gonna leave you to die,
There's no time.
he's not.
Got to go.
This is gonna bring them back close together. Rick's gonna go Savage Rick. Ooh, love it. Oof. Ooh. Oh, gnarly. Oh. There you go. Oh, those are heavy. It makes it even more impressive that Carl was able to get out from under those walkers in Season 4. It's like No Way Out, Michonne. You two gotta bottleneck them at the stairs. Or I think that's a staircase. Michonne, he's not leaving you. That's the one thing that he will stay and die for. If he's gonna give himself up to die for something, it's gonna be you, Michonne. There we go. Teamwork makes the dream work, baby. Tell her you love her.
Never have to thank me ever.
Oh. Okay. I'm back in another apartment building. Oh my. Another one of these? Or is this the same one? No, it's a different one, I think. Maybe, I'm not sure. Give her a hug. Tell her you love her. Give her a kiss. Everything's gonna be alright. Y'all just need a hug. They really do love each other. As much as they're gonna fight, they do love each other, okay? I don't think any of us were really questioning that. Oh. Am I gonna need to keep the blur? Oh, I am gonna need to keep the blur up. Oh, goodness. It's been a hot minute. Well, damn. I was gonna say, it's been a while since Walking Dead had some really good spicy scenes. Oh, my. Having a heart attack from the coochie? Damn. Or is it just being scared? I don't know, bro. Rick, she's beautiful. We know it's okay if it's quick. It's been a while. We understand, Rick. Oh, he's crying, man. You think that I don't know where you're coming from? Oh, they weren't even going for it yet. Okay. Damn, Rick has so many scars, bro. Or are they going for it? I didn't think they were, because they still got pants on and shit. But who knows? We love spicy Rochelle, though. We do. Oh.
So he's really good looking.
Damn, Rick.
But he does have my eyes.
Does he really look like Rick, though? I don't know.
Just like his daddy, yes.
Yeah.
Like his mama.
All they needed to get back on some track
Have your good kind of
was some
heart,
snoo. That's all it took.
That's what it
A little clean loving. Am I right, Ralph and Shmonda? It's been a hot minute since we saw Rick's pepperoni nips, man. Oh, Rick, just drop it. It's a Roomba.
That explains why it's so spotless in here.
Something has to burn to bring it back. Oh, if I could change the CRM, there's a chance for future generations, a real chance.
But he'd have to burn some of it down, probably. Probably not all of it, but some of it, for sure.
You're still lying to me.
Is he, though?
You're lying to yourself.
I don't know. I don't think Okafor was wrong when he said that
Back.
if either of you had the chance to save the world, you would.
Searching for you every day. Me and Daryl. There was no
Damn.
body. I was 7 months pregnant.
Damn.
We stopped her. I don't want to go into how.
You killed her?
Yes.
Good.
Rick, I don't. If you knew the rest.
Stop looking for you.
I'm curious if everyone back home knows what happened to him when he
You
got
did this to get
injured.
away.
Like-
It was the only way.
I'm sorry for what they did to you.
She hasn't said that yet. Yeah, that probably means a lot to hear. Oh, God. Well, at least the building's structural integrity held long enough for them to...
This place is going down.
Sit, Rick.
I understand this.
We're not moving until we decide.
It's a little silly, but know when
It's
to
not time to
hold
go.
'em. Imagine the whole building just comes down and they just
Why did you
kill
come
both of
after
them
me?
off.
You know why?
Say it.
It was the love of my life. I
Oh.
couldn't just let you go. It felt like my heart ripped itself out of my chest and walked out the door.
Then come home with me.
Oh.
It's that simple.
It's not that easy.
It's hurting me, Rick.
It's hurting
It's making
us
me
too.
become someone I don't recognize. That is not how you love.
That's valid.
What did they do to you?
I feel like there's gotta be something else.
Carl. They took Carl.
That's why he couldn't ever get the picture right on the
I
phone.
got taken. I'd
Judith
meet up
said
with
she
Carl
was...
in my dreams.
No, man!
And that's how I survived in here.
Bro, no! If they have Chandler come in, bro.
And then one day he was just gone. He just left.
No,
But then I started dreaming of you.
bro.
And there you were. And it kept me going.
Damn it.
But then you were gone.
Oh.
More just like I couldn't see Carl's. I can't live without you. Without you, I die. I know how to be dead and live now. You can't just come back here, make me come alive again. If I don't know if I won't lose you again. What if I lose you and I can't figure out how to die all over again? I can't.
God.
When I needed to get ahead of it, I had to. Knowing, seeing that loss, I won't survive that, Michelle.
Jesus, bro. Oh my God. Oh. Jesus Christ. Oh, fucking hell. Oh, I just had to bring... No! Oh, no! Man! No! Oh, Jesus.
If Carl were here right now, what would he say? What would he want you to do with this new chance to be with those you love? Despite all the odds, I found you, Rick. I came here to take you home. You think that's all for nothing? We go home, Rick. And we figure out how to protect it together. That's how we make it all make sense.
Oh my God.
We love on each other. All we can.
Oh God. Oh my God. Oh. Whew. Jesus Christ. Oh my God.
Make it real.
We know you will, Rick.
The Walking Dead is brought to you by the
Fucking hell.
I'm sorry. I couldn't protect you.
Rick, you protected him from so much shit for so long.
No. No. You can't do it yourself.
God damn it.
still can't. I grew up.
Yeah, you did, Carl.
I have to do this. Me.
Shit. Fuck, God damn it.
I love you, Dad.
Knowing Chandler throughout the years. Never before seen footage of my first ever interview with Chandler on The Walking Dead set back in 2012, and so much more.
Okay. As I was saying before, the emotional breakdown, they can't just leave because Jadis knows. And this gonna, oh my god. So I have no idea what they're gonna do. But anyone thinking they can realistically just, from here, just dip, that doesn't track for me. I'm gonna have a lot of questions if that's what they end up deciding to do. So we'll see where it goes, but I don't see that going smooth at all. Goddamn. Oh god. Jesus. Okay. He left the transponder. Okay. 'Cause that tracks.
Stick shift.
That's hilarious. Oh. Roomba's working to the last second. Jesus Christ.
Stick shift electric car.
That's fucking stupid.
Methanol in the backseat. Yep.
I really need to see the promo for next week.
We can make this whole damn world ours if we want to.
That sounds like something I say.
Isn't that something she did say? Or maybe not yet. I don't know. But damn. The budget really budged in this episode. Wow. They really cut it kind of close. Oh shit, wait. This is when Jadis finds them in the car. Oh no, I remember that from the promos. Fuck. We're gonna hear, or they're just gonna get like T-boned or some shit. Yeah, shit's too happy. Nope, Walking Dead doesn't let us ever have anything nice. I'm expecting Jadis to come around, or maybe not. No shot, that's the end. It is? What the fuck? Okay. Oh man. Damn.
Seems like stone.
Oh jeez. Oh no.
For us, but now I see. This can't end with us going home.
Finally! Okay. At least she's accepting it now. Alright. Now, insider time.
And Tanaya's like, yeah, I'm writing that one.
Rick's behavior is so erratic. This trauma that's happened
There were
to
no
him
F-bombs
has
this
changed
episode.
him
There was almost one,
irrevocably
but
and turned him into someone that she doesn't recognize, and he acknowledges that.
Look at me.
She had an expectation of what their reunion would be.
A lot of fans
Not
did.
meeting that expectation.
But I can remind you, and I can lead you back there.
Oh, she let him
In
back.
a real beautiful way.
She doesn't care that this building's going down around them. What's most important is they need to get to their truth with one another. That's who they are. And it's that type of crazy love that they have for each other.
That was really
causes
risky,
that
though.
moment to
Let's
come to life
not-
and allows him to finally break through the walls of his own imprisonment that he's been in because of this trauma and because of this captivity.
And we probably should have ended it right there, and everything would have been cool. But this is The Walking Dead.
Exactly. Nothing's ever simple. Nothing's ever clean. Nothing's ever fully happy. No. They like making us suffer. Okay. Okay. It's an interesting little thing at the end. All right. Okay. I'm kind of vibing with this. Damn. Ooh. Love that. Well, damn. That episode was episode, let me tell you. Now, last episode, I talked a lot before the episode, and a lot of you like that. So, even though I didn't talk a ton before this episode, because I really wanted to get into it, I don't think there's anything wrong with me talking a decent bit here. Probably not as long necessarily, but I definitely want to explain or convey a few things. So, like, I think that this might be the top acting performances I've seen from Andy and Denai thus far, because it wasn't like it was just one scene. It was the entire episode that they were in this battle, like with Rick's trauma and Michonne's expectations, and they had so much to work with here, and I think that it was done so well. And I think in watching The Insider and hearing Denai, or not Denai, hearing Scott say that Denai was like, yeah, I'm writing that one, I completely get it, and it makes sense, because I mean, as much as people want to claim that, you know, fans may know characters better than the characters actors themselves or whatever, I believe when you are playing a character for a long enough period of time, I think it's part of the reason why certain actors may struggle when playing roles for a extended period of time to then go into other roles that may not be the same, you know, mold necessarily. And there's other actors that may get kind of stuck in a rut playing the same, you know, cookie cutter type of characters. And but in that being said, I think the benefit to playing characters for an extended period of time is that when you do, you really become the person that knows them the best. And so Andy and Denai being able to sort of surgically attack this very complex dilemma that they're facing, I think it was a great choice to have Denai kind of lead the charge with this. And I'm very interested to see where they're going to go from here, because as Scott said at the end, you know, we could have just ended things there and it would have been all, you know, all good, but it's The Walking Dead. They're not going to do that. They never do. And yeah, I know the promo stuff from the original trailer that we saw for it, there's a scene that looks like this car and Michonne is driving it, and it looks to be Jadis that is putting a wrench in the plan here, which I find interesting, because a lot of people were speculating that that was before Michonne found Rick, and that was going to be earlier on, maybe. I think some people were probably speculating that it was later too, but I definitely remember some people thinking it was earlier on because Michonne was in the driver's seat, and I don't think we could see anybody else in the car at the moment, but it would be interesting to see Michonne and Jadis have a proper conversation, because they haven't yet. And I guess I don't really fully understand the extent at which people know about Back Home, because that's kind of been the main point I've been anchoring on to with my thought process, that it would not be smart to just try to run, because if they know about Back Home, and again, maybe this, I'm in the minority here, but I don't think it's worth it to try to just run home and either hope everything's going to be okay, or just try to have everyone just run and, you know, try to just live on the run again. Like, that doesn't seem, one, like a good way to live, two, like a smart way to live, but also we don't really have a lot of people at Alexandria currently. If I remember correctly, I think RJ and Judith were at Commonwealth. So even if they were to, you know, take on Alexandria or some of the other communities, I imagine that Commonwealth and CRM have to know about each other, because I don't think there would be a community as large as Commonwealth that CRM wouldn't know about. And there's been a lot of speculation that Lance had a deal similar to Jadis with the CRM, because we had those scenes in I believe episode 3 for this season, when Rick came to the door of Thorne's apartment and he was like, "Oh, you know, there's a woman and she's in designation intake right now." That hearing designation threw me back immediately to the Connie situation in the main show, where she was being sent to designation 2, and it could just be a coincidence that the word designation was being used, but I feel like that's not just a word that everyone throws around very commonly or frequently. So I feel like there was some connection there that they wanted to explore in the main show and they didn't, or maybe they were just hinting at stuff. I don't know, but I do wish that I had a little bit closer of a lineup here. And I think giving the fact that RJ, she said that RJ's, I think what she said, like almost 8, or I'll check it again when I'm editing, but I can do a little bit of homework on that and get a bit of a better idea when it comes to the timeline and where everyone is, because I don't know for sure if this is like where we are currently in the timeline is taking place after the events of the main show fully or not, because I think the 2 scenes obviously that we saw with Rick and Michonne, we saw the Michonne scene live, and then the Rick one that we saw was one of his previous escape attempts. So those weren't current timeline things, from what I understand. They were just giving us a teaser, necessarily. So knowing where things are timeline-wise could give us a good idea of what's gonna happen, because I always had this thought that maybe they would go to check on Alexandria or something and do something like that, and either see, Hilltop, burned out, or, well, like, Kingdom is gone, we already know that, and Hilltop, burned out, and if they by chance went and checked these areas and saw that, like, oh, this community that he was at, it's overrun with walkers and blah blah blah, but then that could make Michonne and Rick maybe hesitant to go back. If it was overrun with walkers, like, maybe they would think that everyone's dead, maybe not, I don't know, but I think it would be, again, it's going to be very interesting to see where they end things off in this series or season, because they haven't confirmed whether we're getting a second season or not, which I love, because it keeps us speculating. But the downside is that you can't really formulate a lot of predictions or thoughts of where things are going to go moving forward, because we don't know if we have 2 more hours of this, or if we have 8 more hours of this, or more than that. We don't know, and that's going to make things really, really tough prediction wise. And yeah, I don't have to be like trying to predict things all the time, but it's fun to speculate, because as I was talking about in last week's reaction, which again, I highly recommend you check out, even if you got to watch it sped up. It would mean a lot if people checked out the beginning part that I had, and maybe the bit at the end too, even if you don't want to watch the reaction, because I go into a lot of detail on my thoughts on the universe as a whole, and the expansion from, the intimate drama to the bigger world that they're building right now. And given the way that this is being received, I think AMC is finally going to be able to justify giving it the proper budget it needs and continuing to give it the budget it needs, because when they have so many shows going on, I think that was probably the biggest the problem, was that they had too many going on at once and they needed to disperse the budget between them all. And I'm not saying I don't want spin-offs, I do, but I also do want definitive ends for some of the characters as well. Obviously there's characters I love and that I would love to see more of, but I also know that people in real life have lives, and some people don't want to be doing this for 20 years. Like, there's limits to some of this stuff, and we're not that far off from this universe being around for 20 years. Halloween 2010 is when the first season premiered, and it's March in 2024, so we're only a few years away from this being a 20-year-old universe. And so I do think there are a lot of possibilities for the way that things could go, and as of right now, I feel like I almost have less to go on now than I did last week, and that's crazy, because this was one of the best dissections of emotion that I've seen, because it seemed like they were both just hitting a wall, and then finally we broke through. And of course, the thing that finally broke Rick, rightfully so, was Carl. And I don't know if I did it in the edit, because I'm still recording this live. I haven't stopped yet, but I don't know what my decision on it's going to be in the moment while I'm editing. I might change it, but there's a chance I might have put a clip or so in from the fateful 808 and 809 vids that I have. That's the first time I've ever been emotional watching the show. Well, emotional. That's the first time I've ever been sad emotional and or cried on camera. And well, actually, I did for a school project before, but that besides the point. For Walking Dead, that was the first time that the show really just gut punched me. And I've done plenty of rants on that whole situation. I might do a whole other video someday talking about that and the implications that it has for the show and the universe and the actors and all this bullshit. But I love that was what did it, because up until that point, I really didn't see them kind of, reaching any sort of common ground with the arguments they were having or the issues they were having. It felt like they were just going in circles. And I liked it because that's real life. Like, sometimes it really takes a lot of emotional and mental and personal digging to find out the root of what is going on with us and our loved ones. And so I think that having Carl be the thing that truly broke him is just so beautiful and poetic and the perfect choice, honestly, because some people were pointing it out last week, and sorry, I'm still sniffly from that scene. Some people kind of pointed it out or speculated it last week that and I mean, I maybe subconsciously was thinking about it at the time, but I definitely didn't mention it. The reason that when Rick was having those pictures drawn and he was talking to the guy and he was like, oh, he was always asking me to draw, this boy, and he was saying I could never get it right. And there's a reason for that. And it's because Rick, and I've talked about the timeline a lot, but everything was like tracking fairly well until the Here's Negan episode, when they gave us a month and a date, which royally changed the way that everyone was looking at things. And I don't know if that was an error or what, because they had it as like November or something. And I didn't think it was supposed to take, like, everything was supposed to start getting bad like on Halloween, but whole tangent. Regardless, I have a relatively good idea of the timeline for the main show, at least. And the fact that I'll mention some of the highlights here, just to kind of prove my point. Some of the chunks of time in the show that people feel like took ages really didn't. Like Rick supposedly wakes up like around day 59, and that doesn't mean that he was alone in the hospital without treatment that long. I know people are like, oh, how do you survive? That's just about when he woke up. Like, obviously the staff were continuing to do things as we saw in Fear with, Travis in the hospital and stuff. The first 2 seasons of Fear, I'm pretty sure, take place before Rick even wakes up, which is also a crazy thing to think about. They're on the farm for like less than 20 days, and then the entirety of season 3 is less than 3 weeks. And then we have the massive time jump, obviously, between 2 and 3 with, 2 and 3 with the pregnancy with Lori, and then 3 and 4 with, the prison stuff. And so the season 4 starts at like day 500, and season 3 ends like 321 or something. So then the entirety of season 4 is 11 days. Yes, 11 days from the season 4 opening to when they get to Terminus is 11 days. It's nuts. And then obviously we have the first half of season 5 is about, so the Terminus thing is 511, and then the end of season 5 is 547. So it's like a month that they're on the road or so, or not a month, a little less than a month. Regardless, but then season 6 and 7 and 8 slow the timeline down so much. And that's where a lot of people really don't realize how quickly things happened. So the beginning of 6, when the quarry stuff happens, is day 552. And No Way Out is day 554. Well, night 553, day 554. So the entire 6A is like a day and a half, maybe 2 days. And then obviously you have like a month jump after Carl gets shot, when like we meet Jesus after like between 9 and 10, we have like a month. And then the second half is, so from the point that we meet Jesus up until the end of season 8, so we meet Jesus 584, and then the war ends 628. So from when we meet Jesus to the lineup, that's like it's 2 weeks. And then we meet the Kingdom in Oceanside, and then the entirety of season 7 is 10 days, basically. Then we skip like 2 weeks, and then the war. So the entirety of season 8 is a week. The whole thing, it's a week. So the first half of season 6 is like 2 days, because we just keep seeing different perspectives. And then the same thing with season 8. It's like a week. So then when we jump, so at that point we're at day 628. So it's not even been a full 2 years yet by the time season 8 happens, based on the way that the timeline has been laid out in the wiki and stuff, and things that characters have said, which is crazy to think about. But then obviously when we get to season 9, they have all the jumps, like they have a 1.5 year jump, and there's a bunch of time jumps that happen there. We then have like the entirety of season 9, which is really, well, up until the Pikes, is 9 days, which is nuts. Well, after the time jump, I mean, yeah. So from like first time jump episode to the Pikes is like 9 days, like I said. And so obviously the timeline then still remains pretty close for the majority of that. But so we end our like final fight episode is day like 4700 or so, and then the little time jump bit after, I think, is like day 5065 or something. With the timeline, it would help if I was able to tell, and I might speed some of that up. I don't know how much of that I'm going to keep in, but if you want to just skip over that part and you did, that's fine. But not knowing where this is in the timeline kind of makes it challenging to figure out what they're going to do. Because bigger universe wise, I personally, if they want to keep things going, I would not like them to just swiftly just get away and us just not really hear about the CRM anymore. Now, if they want to wrap things up in this season, then, they could waste Beale as a character, which I think Terry O'Quinn has been criminally underused so far. That's probably one of the main critiques I have of this so far, is that he is a phenomenal actor, and we have been having Beale hyped up for like 3 years now because of World Beyond, and we've seen him for like 2 minutes on screen, maybe. So they gotta use him more if this is going to be just one season, which I really don't think it is. If I'm being honest, if I had to put money on it, I don't think this is going to be one season. But if it is, then they're pretty much going to close things off here, I think. I think they're going to, have him take out Jadis, and then they're just going to slip away. And they're going to, like, maybe she was bluffing about the file or some shit, and they just make it super, cookie cutter and pretty basic that, they killed her, she didn't have any secret file, and they just get away and make their way home. And, like, to me, and maybe other people really would like that. That would probably be one of the worst endings for this season that I could think of. That would probably leave me the most disappointed. I think the only thing that would leave me more disappointed is if they killed both Rick and Michonne. Now, if I had to put money on them potentially killing somebody, I could maybe, and I'm not saying this season, but just in general between the two, as much as I don't want them to, I could maybe see it being Denai, because her career is really taken off, and I feel like she probably would want to move on to do other stuff too soon. And if they're not going to be able to have a budget to retain these two amazing actors, then I could see her wanting to be in control of, her final arc and her final oomph to get things going. And I wouldn't say I would like that to happen, because I wouldn't, but if it did, again, I don't even want to like put it out into the universe, but if it did happen, that would create an interesting like dynamic of Rick having like a rage to him to get back home. But I don't think they would do that in this season. I hope they don't do it at all. But personally, long term, I would prefer we make a journey to have a better world, have things better, because obviously we're never going to cure, or I'm pretty sure Kirkman has said he never wants to create a cure for the virus. He doesn't want it to be like someone could get bit and then be fine, or he doesn't want all the walkers to just cease to exist. I don't think we're going to ever see that in the universe, or get to a point where people would die and not turn. But the whole variant thing and the stuff in World Beyond with speeding up decomposition with the different experiments that Hope was doing, I think that could create some very interesting dynamics. And obviously the France stuff, there's probably going to be a whole other world of stuff with that. But we got to think about Dead City too. Dead City is in Manhattan, and there's a whole other massive empire of people and a couple communities in that area that will probably be a factor in the final fight or universe building that they're doing. And I think it would be beneficial to honestly have like a sort of scavengers situation and like a combo of like scavengers and Commonwealth at this summit thing, to where we have like some people that we trust or that we know or something that are able to sort of, and that's kind of why I brought up the comic Dwight situation. If you know the comics, you kind of understand where I'm like my thought process on it. If you don't know them and you don't want to, I won't go too much into detail on it, but I could see something like that taking place at the summit and someone being real passionate, like a Tyler Davis situation from the main show at the Commonwealth. Like someone being really passionate about wanting to change things or like calling out people on their bullshit and then something happening and them kind of having to deal with it. So I'm hoping that we see some sort of conclusion for this season. But if they're going to have another season, I don't mind them leaving things somewhat open. But if this is the only season, I don't think they're on a good track right now for wrapping things up. So that's part of the reason why I think that it's going to be more than one season, because they just, there's too much left unturned right now. Like there's no way we're getting any reunions this season. There's no shot. I know people want them really badly, but there's no possible way I see them doing that in any way that makes sense narratively. So I've kind of put all of that out of my head at this point, other than obviously Rick and Michonne. I thought I remembered them saying early on that there's going to be more familiar faces in here. And I don't know if that was just like via the flashbacks, you know, with Judith and RJ and Carl, or if we're genuinely going to see somebody else. Like if we did, who would it be? You know, would it be Heath? Which I want to fucking see Heath. And I know that we got the TOWL Easter egg with him, but I want to see Heath. I think it'd be cool. Silas, maybe one of the Bennetts from World Beyond. Maybe Isabel or Althea, or hell, maybe depending on the timeline, what if, you know, fucking Sebastian shows up or something? I don't know. I would say Sebastian's probably the least likely, but maybe the Dama or the Croat, or I mean hell, even Negan. Like if there's like the summit is taking all these like big head or big wig leaders, or hell, maybe even Maggie. Who knows? I feel like there's going to be something that happens at this summit that's going to catch everybody off guard. And whether it's, you know, a crazy death, or we're going to see somebody that we didn't think we'd see, or Morgan. Yeah, how could I forget about Morgan? Yeah, Morgan could be a potential too, but I don't know. There's just, there's no possible way that they could wrap this up cleanly and satisfying, or in a satisfying way, in just 2 episodes. They just can't. I don't see it happening. So I firmly believe we're going to get a second season, because there's way too much story to tell. And based on the success of this and the spin-offs since the main show has ended, Fear aside, because Fear was the redhead stepchild. It's okay. And TOWL, I won't go on a super long tangent about it, but TOWL, I know that they really haven't said much about a potential second season, and they're not promoting anything about it. If it ends up being that first season was the only season, it sucks because they really fumbled the bag with it. But if it isn't, and they do have a potential to do it again or get a second season, the only way I think that it's going to succeed or do well is if they do familiar characters. Whether it's like, I know the Walking Dead Mombi, Alex, fellow reactor, go check her out on here. She mentioned that it would be really cool to see like a TOWL episode or some episodes about some of like the big name walkers, like kind of how we had the webisodes back in the day with like Bicycle Girl and the cold storage stuff. And, you know, the Red Machete, like if we had some stuff like that for, you know, maybe Winslow, or like the Weld Walker, or like if we had some cool things like that, that would be, I think that could be an interesting thing. But I would really, really love to see the formation of some of the communities. Like even if it's like just a TOWL episode of like people getting there, setting up, everything like going crazy, you know, bring back some of the Alexandria people, like, you know, Deanna, Reg, like their kids, Aaron, like clean shaven Aaron, like it'd be wild. You know, Scott, Barb, like all the original, like the characters, the name characters from the communities that we didn't really get to see much of in the final season or two. I think it'd be really cool to kind of bring them back for, you know, an episode like the formation of Alexandria, the Kingdom, the Hilltop. I think it'd be so cool to see though, and Sanctuary even with, you know, Simon and the Croat and Negan and Dwight and hell, Woodbury maybe even. I don't know. I don't know if David Morrissey said if he wants to come back or not. I feel like I've heard that he might be open to that or not, because he does have like a whole side book like backstory thing too. If we saw, you know, formation of some of the communities, or, you know, characters' journeys up until they met our group. So your Abraham, Rosita, and Eugene trio, and the journey with all the people that they lost from, Dallas to, or Texas to like Virginia or wherever the area was where they met Glenn and Tara. That could be really interesting. Tyrese and Sasha. I thought one of the Tales episodes was going to deal with them because they had a bunker and they talked about they were with like their neighbor Jerry and some survivalist thing, and it was like a whole thing. So I was like, that'd be cool. Maybe. Other side note, I'm curious if the Reapers could have potentially been an extension of the CRM in some capacity, like some rogue like group that defected or something. I doubt it though. I think they're just trying to scrap that and move on. But regardless, there's a lot of potential because of the way that these three shows are being received. The Daryl Dixon, Dead City, and Ones Who Live, the praise that they're all getting, and I think AMC will finally be able to allocate a proper budget for them all, and hopefully advertising will come flooding in, and they'll be able to really kind of expand on this, because I think as much as people don't like having a bunch of spin-offs and stuff, and that's one of the reasons I never got into some of the Marvel shows or the DC shows, because it's just too much to keep up with in my daily life. I think with this, having a smaller amount of separated stories that can eventually converge together, I think can work really well for this type of universe. And we could also just have, side stories of, different parts of the world, because going to Paris was so cool. Seeing all the beautiful scenery there, which it was breathtaking. And then with, going to Manhattan, that was insane. We had never really spent like a ton of time like in a city that had like fallen and stuff. So I'm rambling a lot at the end here, but I do think there's a lot of potential for this, and I'm really excited to see where it goes. This was by far the best acting performance I think I've seen from Andy and Denai, and I don't know. I've got to wait and see what the other two episodes are like, but I don't know for sure if this is my favorite or not yet, because I feel like that there wasn't a ton of ground made. But given the way that Michonne suddenly seems to be flip-flopping, like, yeah, we can't just go. We gotta, like, go back to, like, CRM or whatever, like, in the promo. I'm like, I don't know what they're gonna do now. But, yeah, it's gonna be wild. I'm hoping you all enjoyed this episode as much as I did, and hope my fellow reactors enjoyed it as well. I'm gonna get to editing this because I want to make damn sure this is up as quick as I can get it up. Pause. Thank you for watching. Hope you all enjoyed. Remember, like, share, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Hit the notification bell. Make sure you're never missing any of these videos. The rest of Invincible Season 1 will be going up soon. Likely once The Ones Who Live is wrapping up, so that I can then hop onto Season 2 and get that going. Remember, you get the full uncut and early reactions for everything I watch, I've watched, and will watch on Patreon down below. And as I said in the beginning, I'm switching that over the files to a different video hosting site, but I'm not going to remove the ones that are currently on Patreon until I have all that set up, because I don't want you guys to lose access to any of that stuff yet, and I also don't want to lose the files, because some of the files, that's the only place I have them right now. But yeah, again, thank you for watching. We all have a fantastic St. Patrick's Day, and as always, this has been Jack, and I'm out. Peace.